He'll come and say, I don't think those people are affected about it. I'm like, you will never know, because it's not according to your standards of how, they should be reacting to it. And it's okay if there are times when I've wanted to laugh out loud and I was very scared, thinking that, okay, people are going to judge me. And then they'll be like, the skin, here. And I think this angle, she's looking very fat. That is when my insecurity started. Till the time I entered the film industry, I was the queen of my world. Once I entered, everyone just pulled me down like that. A lot of them were annoyed that, I started in Tamil first. And it was not a conscious choice. They just thought that I thought very superior of myself. They said, oh, so she's starting in Tamil, that means she doesn't like the home language. They started saying, okay, she's a little chubby, she has to lose weight. So there were a lot of Hindi-speaking girls who used to come here, with their chataks and mataks and their proper comers. So I think the whole beauty of South voluptuous women was slowly fading away. Yeah. If not for the incident, would people have, given me so much love? Maybe this form I am in right now, post-pregnancy. Because now, luckily, they are not judging me much. But imagine if things were all rosy. They would have expected me to be back in like the first month itself.
They often say that if you belong to a film family, you have it easy. But today I have a person who's chartered her career in a way which is completely unconventional. She belongs to a very, very big legacy, but she has had her own ups and downs, battling body shaming, battling sexism, everything. She has risen to power, and how. Today I am so happy to welcome Meghna Sarja in conversation with me only on Bollywood Bubble. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
What a brave journey all through, and can't really begin to thank you for doing this with us, genuinely.
No, it's my pleasure actually.
Meghna, although everybody has a different opinion on handling the loss of a loved one, there's nothing right or wrong about what you do and how you do it, because everybody has a different way of processing grief.
True.
Do you agree?
Absolutely, because I've had first-hand account of this, and there have been people who have come up to me and expected me to process it in, it's their expectation of how I should be processing it.
Absolutely.
And it's not going to happen like that. Because I don't think I'm genetically like that or biologically made in a certain way to act according to what they think is right, There is a certain way I will want to deal with it. And there is a certain way probably my brother-in-law would want to deal with it, And so there are so many people who have come up to me and said, I don't think it's affected another, family member so much. I'm like, you will never know, because it's not according to your standards of how, they should be reacting to it. And it's okay if there are times when I've wanted to laugh out loud and I was very scared, thinking that, okay, people are going to judge me if I laugh loudly. If they're going to ask me, oh, so that's it, done now, over. We're all calm and peaceful. I was scared. Can you imagine that? I was really scared. And if someone with such strong backing from family can have so much of insecurities, I can really think about women who have no backing.
Absolutely.
What kind of fear they will have in the society. And I'm very unapologetically, vocal about, me having a comfortable life, and there's nothing wrong with it, And when you are showing me sympathy,
that's the worst thing one can do.
Yeah, it's like, there have also been people who have said, she has everything in life, why are you showing her sympathy? I mean, it is nice to know that, yes, I do have, a good family backing. I do have a comfortable life, but that doesn't mean I'm not human. That doesn't mean that, my relationship is fake. That doesn't mean that I can't get hurt. How can people even make such statements? I don't understand.
Those people are living in a bubble of their own.
Yeah.
And I hope that their bubble bursts very soon. It's difficult, you know. It's sometimes talking to a wall, because I just feel that sometimes people who have been conditioned to think of things that way
Yeah.
will never change their way of thinking. No matter
Yes.
what you do, what I do, it will only give strength to people who really need it and would look out for it. They
Yeah.
don't want those people to look out for any strength. They want them to like completely get badgered under the
Yeah, they won't.
pressures of grief. Ki, why? And it's sad. It's sad.
It is sad, but hopefully
how it
it'll
is.
change someday.
Yeah. There was a point of time that your career has gone through its ups and downs, you know. You started off really young, and we talk about beauty standards today. It's become a discussion, an open table discussion. But back in the day, we were still, we had those moth-eaten moralities and deep-rooted conditioning,
Yeah.
where being a little heavy is not okay, being too slim is not okay. You know, you have bushy eyebrows, you have thinner eyebrows, it's not visible. So it's basically beauty standards of different kinds. You're never okay. You're never too good for anybody.
Yeah.
Did it affect you when you were told all these things and you were questioned about the way you look or your appearance back then?
Yes, it did. Because being the only child, what happens is, and also belonging to a film family, see, before I entered the industry, I was looking a certain way. You know, a little girl wearing pretty dresses, going out with her parents, not really wearing makeup and all that. But it's like, you know how you're given that princess vibes
Yeah.
when you go and everybody meets you and they're like, oh, she's looking so nice. Oh, you're wearing this. And it's, you know, it sits in your
It's
head.
stuck in your head.
Yeah. So you
Believe it.
Yeah, I believed it. And when people said, oh, she's so pretty. Oh, she's the next big thing. Oh, she's so good looking. I'm what, 10 years old, 11 years old? And in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm the princess of this world. You know, I think I look the best. Nobody can look like me. And I love that version of myself. I didn't give a damn. I felt so good about myself. And honestly, I think I was pretty decent looking also,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
as a child.
absolutely.
So
Even now.
thank you.
Listen, beauty standards are bullshit.
Yeah, it is. But then comes puberty. And then everything changes. And then, you know, you have skin problems, you have weight issues. And these are things, again, it's like having a child. It's like being pregnant. Everything happens so suddenly, you're not even prepared for it. And then, you know, even me getting into films also happened. It was not, I didn't go to classes, or, you know, I wasn't given a proper, you know, training, formal training, and then, you know, you physically get ready, you don't have a stylist. The whole concept of a stylist
Was not there only,
it's just like you're doing films.
Very recent.
Yeah, and you know, there's a costumer on set, he's going to do the clothes for you, that's it, overdone. And if you have a public appearance, firstly, there were no paparazzi, so
Yeah.
so this is like
The constant media glare was not there.
yeah. And there was no social media, so you could wear anything. So if you're going for a function, you go buy some nice, good clothes, what suit you, you finish it and come. So this whole thing of, you know, back then the beauty standards were very different. And when I entered films, that is when the camera is looking at you and every little flaw of yours is seen. And that's when people start commenting. And then they'll be like, the skin, you know, here. And I think this angle, she's looking very fat. That is when my insecurity started. Till the time I entered the film industry, I was the queen of my world. Once I entered, everyone just pulled me down like that. They were like, enough, come down from your dream world. You are not perfect. And I think that is when the whole insecurity thing, I was not confident. I hated it, you know, when I had to go for shoots, because, you know, the makeup artists back then, they used to be like, I think you should start using this product. It's going to help you with that. And then, you know, suddenly they'll be drawing your eyebrows or, you know, doing your lips, and they'll be like, oh, this color. Did you go to that doctor? Did you see this? Did you do that? You know, and you start feeling so conscious.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this being from a film family.
Absolutely. I was going to come to that.
Yeah. So it can happen to anyone, not just for an outsider, you know. And more so to a person who's from a film family.
Because the pressures are also double.
They want to put you down. They want to say something is wrong with you. They do not like it if you get it easy. So they have to pinpoint something and say, okay, oh, your hair. I knew I don't know whether I have now, but I did have very good hair. And they said, oh God, look at your hair, so frizzy. My first photo shoot, I cried. I cried after the shoot because that makeup artist and the hairstylist like constantly kept complaining about my skin, my hair. I said, okay, I can't do this anymore. And I'm what, 17?
Yeah.
And
Did you ever feel like giving up?
No, never. Never.
That's the beauty of it.
Never. I don't think somebody, sitting and doing my makeup or my hair or, commenting on how I look. I will never be bogged down by that because I'm the one who's sitting and getting the makeup done. You are doing my makeup.
Absolutely. So, but in the industry, was it more from the people who were working with you, or was it more from the media side? A lot of this shaming, I'm speaking as a media person. I may not have been a media person back in 2008 or 9 when you were there, when you started off. But at the same time, I want to say that today also there's a section of the media which loves shaming, yay, nay, and God knows what we do. It's okay, man. To be a certain way, to look a certain way. There'll be good days, there'll be bad days. We just stop treating actors as humans beyond a point. We feel like they have to be perfect all the time. They have all the facilities and luxuries. Why not? This is the general perception that humans have. I'm talking about normal audience. Did you face more of these comments from the media, the audience, or people within, or everybody?
Honestly, never from the media. I don't think the South media ever,
Good on them.
Yeah, actually,
Genuinely.
yeah. Honestly speaking, I don't think the South media ever pinpointed at my flaws or anything. I think they were more than happy that I'd gotten into the industry. I think it was people in the industry who pulled me down.
In what ways?
Firstly, a lot of them were annoyed that, I started in Tamil first. And it was not a conscious choice. They just thought that I thought very superior of myself. They said, oh, so she's starting in Tamil, that means she doesn't like the home language. That's not true. I didn't even know I was going to start, And I know, people do not have the time to come sit and clarify. They won't ask you. They don't want to know the answers. They will only create their question, they will only create their answer and then make sure that, you get affected by it.
And if your answer is not in alignment, then you're gone.
Exactly. So I don't know how I went through all that. I just did. They started saying, okay, she's a little chubby, she has to lose weight. And I think that was a time when there was a lot of Mumbai imports into the South. So there were a lot of Hindi-speaking girls who used to come here, with their chataks and mataks and their proper kamars. So I think the whole beauty of South voluptuous women was slowly fading.
Away.
Yeah. And then everybody wanted to look fair. Everybody wanted to dress like them. And the best part, the producers were okay with giving them all that. But if you cast a local girl, they were not okay with it. They're like, why am I spending so much? So many girls used to complain and say, you're not even paying hotel bills for me because I'm staying at my home here, So
True.
You can at least get me a good costume, give me a good makeup artist. But yeah, that's how people roll.
Were you ever rejected for your body weight for any film? Were you told?
Multiple times. Yeah.
How did you take that? Did you ever give it back to them? You gave it back later.
I gave it back later.
In action. You were like, okay, I'll not speak. Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, and I came back extremely thin and anorexic. Yes, I did.
Do you regret doing that?
No, not at all.
That point?
Not at all.
But what was the whole perception like? Why did you do that? Was it only because of this? I know that you had created a mark for yourself in the Malayalam film industry.
They felt very bad I lost weight. They're like, why did you lose weight?
Malayalam film.
Yeah, they accepted me as I was. They're like, you are chubby. You are,
You have the curves.
Yeah, I have the curve. So, and honestly, I see what happens is, again, they found me very good looking, or, they found me perfect to be a heroine for that industry. But then I already have this social obligation in my head, that I'm supposed to look this way to be here, or be in any other industry. So I am supposed to have a very small waist. I'm supposed to not have a round face. I wish I had that proper high cheekbones and everything. And I really disappointed fans back there after I lost weight. But all of my decisions, I don't regret them. But I did gain a good, very loyal and accepting fans here too. And now both sides are balanced well.
You've been lovingly balancing films all your life, but like you said, you made a conscious move. You did a film called Beautiful. Was it also because of the state of mind you were in? Because that film is also very loved.
What state of mind are you referring to?
No, in a state of mind as in, how beauty standards have always been at that point. There are people I know, my closest friends, who feel that they are not beautiful enough because they've been told that.
Oh, no. I didn't do the movie because, firstly, I think people should not have this notion that, sometimes we get to pick and choose films. No, we don't. Films are being offered to you, and whatever you get, you can pick and choose in them. You can't just...
So there were moments where you didn't have films at all?
Oh, yeah, of course. There were like a good 7 to 8 months when I had no films. And it was not necessary for me to have films, I think this is another, wrong thing, because a lot of people think that we are constantly supposed to be doing films. Like, we are a factory and we keep delivering products. It's not like that. Film industry doesn't work like that. It's very different, There is a time when you really want to work and you will never have films in your hand. And then there will be a time when you just want a break, but you'll have a handful of films. A lot of people don't know that. And that's why people in films, it's easier to judge.
Absolutely.
And, yeah. Also, now that we're talking about body weight and all that, there was also a time when I knew I was the perfect weight, like for healthy weight. I was looking good and I knew I had not gained weight, but it felt really nice to go, to a party or a social gathering or even to a press meet, and when people are like, oh God, you look so nice. And then I used to be like, really, I think I've put on weight. I think I've put on weight here. It just felt so good. Knowing that I have not put on weight, just to say that, and feel so good about yourself. And that person's like, and they'll validate it also. They're like, no. You're looking really nice. You just want to listen to that. So, I've done all this. I just love that phase. Yeah, I've done all that.
But are you more content with the way you are now? Like, are you more secure? Have your vulnerabilities changed when it comes to work?
See, I'm a woman. I will get affected, when someone pinpoints my weight. And this is something I've always wondered. If not for the incident, would people have, given me so much love? Maybe this form I am in right now, post-pregnancy. Because now, luckily, they are not judging me much. But imagine if things were all rosy. They would have expected me to be back in like the first month itself. Yeah.
And there would be comments.
Yeah, there would be comments if I didn't get back. They wouldn't have been this kind to me if not for the incident. That also runs in my mind. And I hope, for people to be kind to one another. I don't think situations should be extreme. We should, in general, be kind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You don't need an incident like that to be kind or empathetic towards somebody else. You should generally be doing that. And that's a beautiful thing you've said. But I want to tell you that you've been doing that for the longest time, being kind and empathetic, being that way.
To people who deserve it.
Oh, really? Do you give it back to people who don't?
If they deserve me giving it back to them, then I do.
But when was the last time you did that? Do you remember? You exactly spoke my heart.
1 hour ago.
Oh my God! To whom?
I can't tell you that. Yeah, but 1 hour ago.
Okay. You spoke really well about the fact that would people be okay if this incident had not happened to you? It's a question that all of us should ask ourselves.
Yeah.
More than you asking anybody else. There's been constant media glare in your life all throughout. From the time you were a young artist for different reasons. happy, bad, good, bad, ugly times, Does it become difficult?
No. I think I was born for the limelight. So I've never cribbed at all. But I've never cribbed, but I've also wanted days off. When I've not really wanted to respond to messages, not really wanted to give an interview. There were, after Chiru's incident, a lot of people wanted to talk to me regarding it, and I was not ready. I was not ready to come and talk about it. What would you want me to say? It's as simple as that. And why would I want to talk? So things take time. And I'm not saying that, but yes, the media has been very kind to me. They have given me my space. So, and when I said no, they took that answer very respectfully.
Absolutely. And now that you're back, I've been told by a friend that you've signed a movie which initially was given to you, the script of which was initially given to you, ki par lo ek baar.
Yeah.
And then you started imagining yourself as the character, and then you were told. What was the whole thing? I want the audience to know.
It like Panna, see, I've spoken about this. He didn't offer me the film saying that he wanted me in the film. I thought he wanted my expert advice on it. So when he said, okay, I did know that he's starting his production house and all that, because that is what Chiru, Prajwal and Panaga had planned. So, Panna wanted to carry forward the tradition of it. Yeah. So he said, so this is a film. I want to start off with this. Just listen to how the story is. And it was amazing. It was really amazing. And I think I didn't know that he's going to, the next thing is going to be like, will you be a part of that film? So that's how it started.
And how did you react to that?
I cried. I cried. I think that was... see, that's the kind of family Chiru has left for me. Someone... And that's family. When they want you back, they work towards making sure that you get back on your feet.
Absolutely. Which film is this? Like, what is it titled?
We haven't titled it yet, and we are in the pre-production stage now, doing our rehearsals, working on our dialogues, and we're going to go on floors pretty soon. We announced the film on Chiru's birthday last year, 2021.
Yeah.
And we've been doing all the pre-production work since then.
But respecting the journey you've had, I will walk out of here knowing a person who I'm going to respect for life, for handling the journey the way you have had, to be very honest. I started off saying that it has given me a lot of power, and I hope, and I really hope, that this interview gives all those the power, the strength, especially when they need it and they don't have anything or anyone to fall back on, because there are moments like that where you feel lonely, but it's okay to feel lonely.
It's okay. Absolutely.
Because you're never alone in that.
You're never alone. And I think every time you look for validation, don't look outside.
Absolutely.
Look within.
And like I always say, that this was Meghna Raj Sarja's story with us, and if she can, you can too.
If I can, anyone can.
Absolutely.
I'm the most I can't person, but if I can, anyone can.
Absolutely. Thank you for doing this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nandi.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Meghna Raj Sarja, and you are watching me on Bollywood Bubble. Please like, share, and subscribe.